Hi beautiful and amazing people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amita Mitra and I am definitely the host of this channel. I hope you guys are doing great and I hope God is protecting all of you, because yes, God is protecting me and I am forever grateful. So in today's video, just like you have seen in the title down below, I am going to teach us something that so many of you actually know, but I'm basically doing this video for the few who don't know. Yes, and this is how to use a fork and a knife while eating. So many times we have been embarrassed. We've been for dates and dinners with other people and we end up getting embarrassed because we can't use the fork and knife, and yet our diners do know how to use them. So today I want us to learn this, and hopefully this will be of help to so many of you who didn't know how to use it. So first things first, when you go for dinner somewhere, let me first show you my setup. This is it. Okay, first of all, I want all of us to know that it is not a must for you to use a fork and a knife while eating. Yes, it is not a must. If you can use your hands, please do. If you can use your hands, please do. It is no offense. Do whatever you please. Whatever your heart pleases is what you should do. Don't force yourself to use a fork and a knife when you actually don't know how to use it. Then the second thing is, if you can't use your hands, kindly use the fork. It is still okay to use a fork alone. It is very okay. Actually, this is what most people do, using the fork alone. It is very okay. Don't feel bad because you're using the fork and other people are using the fork and knife. No, it is entirely fine. So guys, let me also talk about something that so many of us do ignore before we get into the actual video. Normally, when you go for dinner or when you go for food somewhere, there is always that setup before you, that dinner setup before you. And most cases, there is always a napkin before you. This is the napkin, yeah? So, what people normally do wrong is to get the napkin. Sorry, I'm using a hanky for lack of napkin in this house. So people get the napkin and put it here. Then proceed with the eating. Guys, this is very wrong. This is very wrong. This is not how it's supposed to be. When you find this napkin, the best thing you should do is get it and put it here on your thighs. Yeah, why? Because the sole reason for this napkin is for you not to mess yourself up. Just in case you are eating, in the process of eating, and then something spills on you, that means that whatever has spilled is going to fall on the napkin, not on your very lovely skirt or dress. Yeah, but if you put it here, then there is nothing much going to happen. When you are eating, this is what is going to happen. The food is going to fall down. It's not going to fall on your chest. So this is so useless. This is extremely useless. Always make sure that the napkin is on your thighs, okay? So guys, for lack of a camera person, I am using my phone and doing everything, so you guys will have to look at half of my face and half of the food. So rule number one, you have to know that the knife is always on your right hand, and then the fork is always on your left hand. Always have that in mind. I see so many people struggling and having the fork on their right and the knife on their left. It is very wrong. Now, this is how it's supposed to be. Now, the other rule is you have to know that the fork is a stabilizer. The fork is the stabilizer of whatever you're eating, and then the knife does everything. It does the sorting, the cutting, the collecting. Everything is done by the knife. Okay, so let's get into the video. Oh, then the other thing is, number 3 is, this is how you hold the knife. First of all, you have to use these two fingers. These are very important fingers. These two. 1, 2. So every time you are holding your knife, this is how you hold it. This finger has to be on top like this. You understand? And then this other finger has to be here like this. I don't know if I make sense. Depending on how you're holding your fork, other people hold the fork this side, but whether you're holding it like this or closer, this has to be on top here. This finger, sorry, has to be on top here. This is how you hold the fork, okay? So let's get into the eating now. Like I told you, this fork is a stabilizer. Let me first change the angle of the camera. Every time you are eating, start with food on the side. Don't start from the middle here. That is greed, you understand? So start from what is on the side and then proceed until the food is done. So the fork will do this. Let me get it closer for you guys. So the fork will do this, stabilizing the food, yeah? And then the knife will do the cutting, okay? It is up to you to cut whatever you want, whether something big or something small. But I would advise you to cut something small. Why? Because remember, you are for dinner, you are for a date, you are speaking to your fellow diners. It makes no sense you cutting something very, very big and then it is too huge in your mouth that you can't even have a conversation with your friends. So cut something small, because at the end of it all, the food is yours. The food is yours and it's not going anywhere. Cut something small and eat it, okay? This is how you take it in. The same way you cut it on the plate is the same way you take it in. Fork down, okay? You are not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to change the fork and do this. This is wrong, especially if you are using a fork and a knife. But if you're using a fork alone, it is very okay to use this. You're not actually supposed to do this. When you're using a fork alone, you do this. So let's do this again. Identify what we want to eat. Stabilize. Cut. Then sometimes you are trying to hold some food and it seems like it's falling off, yeah? It feels like it's falling off. So what do? You get the fork, put it down here. I don't know if you guys can see. Put it down here and push the food up. Okay? This is what you do. You push the food up so that it sticks onto the fork and then you do this. So guys, another thing is watch your manners. Watch your manners. When you take in food, kindly eat well. Don't, how do I explain that? In Luganda they say toswankula. Don't eat like this. It irritates so many people. I mean, why are you eating like that? Why are you showing people what you're eating? And why are you making noise while eating? Eat gently. Eat gently. Now, let me give you an example. So guys, when you eat like that, nothing is going to happen to you. You're not going to die. Have I died? I have not. So, sorry, I'm talking with food in my mouth. But that is not good. Don't show people what you're eating in your mouth. Don't make noise for people. Eat gently and quietly, okay? Yeah. So, and then the other thing I have not told you guys is, once you have decided to use a fork and a knife, make sure it is the fork and the knife. Don't first get your food. Don't first get your food and eat it and then forget the knife, put it down and start eating. No, that is not how it is. Once you have decided to use this tool, it's always there. Even when you take in some food, you always have this, okay? These two go hand in hand. Don't put one down. Now, despite the fact that these two go hand in hand, I'm not saying that every time you are eating, have them in your hands. Give an example, you're chatting with your fellow diners, and maybe you're talking about something, and then you're like, Banange, this is what happened that day, da 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 da. No, this is wrong, yeah? So when you want to proceed with your conversation, put this down, but in this manner, okay? Let me show you. Even if a waitress or waiter is coming around, they'll still know that you are still eating once they see your fork placed like this and your knife placed like this. This only means I am still eating, but I'm having a conversation with the person before me or the people before me. Okay, guys? Don't do this. Don't do this. No. So guys, the rule also changes when you are eating rice. Take an example, you're eating some chicken, some beef and rice. There is no way whatsoever you're going to use your fork to eat rice like this. How are you even going to eat the rice like this? Because rice is in small particles, you understand? So now I've tried to cut these ones into small pieces just to show how rice particles look like. So with rice, like remember when we were starting this video, I told you guys that the knife is for collecting, sorting and cutting. So now this is where the other functions are going to be shown. Now you're going to collect all this rice and put it here. You're collecting it and putting it on the fork so that it is easier for you to carry and put on your mouth. In case you don't want this, you take it back, do this and put it on top, okay? Still with the knife, because the knife sorts, collects and cuts. Every other thing you want to do is the knife that will do it. The fork is just to carry the food, stabilize the food and help you eat. Okay, guys? Now, lastly, guys, if you feel like you are done with your food, you are satisfied and you don't want to eat anymore, this is how your fork and knife is supposed to look. Okay? So you get your fork and your knife, put them here like this, in that angle. That depends on the plate you have. So since I have this kind of plate, it's not circle, so I'll put them like this. This shows the waiter or the waitress that madam is done eating. You can now carry the plate and go, okay? Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you really learned something, comment down below and tell me. If this video was of any help to you, kindly comment down below and tell me. Otherwise, I love you guys so much. I'll be coming in for more content for you guys in the next video. I love you guys and I hope to see you in my next video. May God bless you and bless you abundantly. Bye bye.